Would you help me welcome our worship pastor, Josh Langer?
And we ask you, Holy Spirit, would you speak, nourish our soul today as we spend time in your word. This whole series has the potential of being really weighty for many of us. To realize that the path to Christ likeness that we're all on is often paved with pain we didn't choose. But it's shaping us into someone we could never become without it. What if life isn't about avoiding all the suffering, but learning how to suffer well? Some habits, some customs like prayer, worship, going to church and doing all those things are like a spiritual muscle. And sometimes, let me tell you this, sometimes we ask God for a miracle when He really wants to give us a muscle. But what we rehearse in calm, we recall in chaos. Think of David and Goliath. He didn't begin to trust God when he faced the giant. He learned to trust God when he was alone with the sheep, fighting lions and whatnot, and nobody was watching. Think of Daniel in the Old Testament. He didn't begin to pray once the decree was made that everybody should stop praying. He just continued to pray. His daily devotion prepared him for lion's den pressure. One of those muscles that you see in John's life in prison here in Matthew 11, a muscle that can help us tremendously, is the ability to pause and evaluate. And if you are in a crisis, if you are in a disappointment, then don't waste it. Let it refine your perspective. But also don't wait until a tragedy comes. Build patterns of reflection now, patterns of rethinking as individuals, as groups, as teams, as churches. Evaluate often. Don't wait for a crisis to force the pivot. And if we don't learn to ask ourselves tough questions in the quiet, life will ask them for us in the crisis. We have John in prison. Everything stopped. The revival stopped. The music stopped. See, John had nothing left to put his hope in when he was sitting in the dungeon. But even in that place of darkness and of questions, he leans into Jesus. But I need you to catch this. He sends his disciples to Jesus, not with a supplication, but with an inquiry. It wasn't a plea for rescue, but it was a search for revelation. You notice that he doesn't ask, "Get me out of prison, Jesus." It wasn't a cry for help, but it was a quest for clarity. Sometimes God doesn't change our situation right away, but He always calls us to trust His heart in it.